Good afternoon, dear students. Today we'll start discussing about the continuation of the environmental pollution. Now, the environmental last class we have discussed about the oxides of sulfur, oxides of carbon, and the particulate matter. Today we'll discuss about oxides of nitrogen. Now, these oxides of nitrogen, how it will form? Sources. When you look into the source at high altitudes, the atmosphere contains an oxygen and nitrogen. So when lightning takes place, these oxygen and nitrogen will combine with each other in presence of high electric discharge and temperature. So it will form a NO, that is nitric oxide, and it will form an NO2, nitrogen dioxide. So the oxides of nitrogen, typically the nitric oxide NO and nitrogen dioxide NO2. Now, how does these reactions takes place? So, at high temperature, at high altitudes, during lightning especially, nitrogen present in the atmosphere, nitrogen gas combines with the oxygen gas, and it will form 2 moles of NO, that is nitric oxide. And this nitric oxide is very reactive gas. In the next step, nitric oxide also reacts with the oxygen, and it will form another secondary product, that is nitrogen dioxide, 2 moles of NO2 gas. And nitric oxide at high altitudes can also react with the ozone. So at high altitude you can find an ozone. So nitric oxide reacts with the ozone and it will form nitrogen dioxide and then oxygen. So oxides of nitrogen will be formed in the atmosphere at high altitudes by the combination of nitrogen and an oxygen in presence of high electric discharge. Now the ill effects. What are the ill effects of nitrogen oxides? So nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxides at high levels, elevated levels, causes respiratory infections. So the first, it causes the respiratory infections. Second, it also causes then asthma, and it causes the chronic lung diseases. Now the control of these oxides of nitrogen will be done by passing these gases over a catalytic converter. So a catalytic converter consists of a platinum or a rhodium bed. Now this platinum or rhodium bed, how does these reactions takes place? Now these gases, especially gases which consist of automobile incomplete combustion products like carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides will be liberated. When once it is liberated, it is passed through the platinum or rhodium fitted catalytic converter. Now 2 moles of carbon monoxide combines with an oxygen in presence of platinum or rhodium catalyst, and it will completely help in oxidation. So carbon monoxide will be converted into carbon dioxide. And if at all nitrogen oxide is present, 2 moles of NO, nitric oxide is present. If it is passed through platinum or a rhodium bed, it will convert in back into N2 plus O2, harmless products. So harmless products will be formed after passing through these nitrogen oxides of nitrogen over platinum or rhodium fitted catalytic converter. Now the hydrocarbons. Main source of hydrocarbon is usually the incomplete combustion of the fossil fuels in any form, and automobile exhaust. So incomplete combustion of the petroleum products will release a lot of small hydrocarbons into the atmosphere. Now, ill effects of these hydrocarbons, as we have studied in the previous lecture, ill effects is that it will generate one toxic compound, that is what is called as peroxyacetyl nitrate. So this peroxyacetyl nitrate PAN is carcinogenic. So hydrocarbon especially will cause environmental hazard by forming in the environment an eye irritant, which is a pan, and this pan is carcinogenic and which causes the cancer, and which will also decrease the aging of the plants. So the hydrocarbons decreases the aging of the plants, shielding of leaves takes place, and even flowers also. So these are the hydrocarbons. So control of these hydrocarbons will be done by an important method. That method is called as a Cottrell electrostatic precipitators. Now, typically, electrostatic precipitator. How does this Cottrell electrostatic precipitator looks like? So it consists of a rectangular plates, and the rectangular plates, a series of such rectangular plates will be placed, and behind the rectangular plates, a thick rod of platinum or maybe aluminum is placed and is connected to a DC voltage. So you can easily see from the figure that a rectangular plate, this is called as a particle collector. This plate is called as a particle collector, and behind this particle collector a rod is being placed. This is charged rod, so this rod is being alternatively connected to positive and negative terminals of a DC source. So when you look into the industrial Cottrell electrostatic precipitator, it typically looks like this. Now uh, it is connected to an high DC voltage in between, and a series of rectangular plates will be placed in between these charged rods, and the soot which is comes out from the factory is passed through this Cottrell electrostatic precipitator, and the gases are made to ionize. So once it get ionized, it will form a cations as well as anions. Hydrocarbons typically consist of carbon and hydrogen. Now the carbon and hydrogen compounds, if it liberates in the process, it is getting ionized at a very high voltage discharge. Now how it is being done? An electrostatic precipitator, ESP, is a filtration device. It is the electrostatic filtration device, and that removes fine particles and like dust, even the smoke, any charged particles it can remove. And when the gas which we contains and hydrocarbons especially, and when it is passed through these charged rods, the gas is getting ionized. So the ions will be formed, and with an voltage of almost 40,000 volts, several thousands of voltage is required to ionize the gases. Now, before ionization, the how it consists of is a basic precipitator which contains a row of thin vertical wires. As I said, it may contain a thin vertical wires or maybe a rods, and will be stacked backside of the metal plates, which is oriented vertically. So this backed metal plates, which is placed vertically, acting as a particle collector. Particle will be deposited over this plate, and these plates are being placed at a centimeter of 1 centimeter to 18 centimeter apart, depending upon the different applications. Now the gas is allowed to pass through this charged rods, and slowly this gas will get ionized with application of voltage. Alternative, these rods or the wires are connected to a negative and positive terminals of DC source. Several thousands of voltage is being applied, and the gas containing hydrocarbons will be getting ionized. Once the gas is ionized, it will form cations as well as anions, and cations will migrate towards the cathode, and anions will migrate towards the anode. And with the applied voltage, if it is very high enough to ionize the even the small dust particles, so which also get ionized, and it becomes a charged particles. When these charged particles will form, immediately will get deposited on the vertical plates, which is being stacked vertically, back side of the front side of the glass rods. So by this process, the hydrocarbons can be removed. So such precipitators are called as a Cottrell electrostatic precipitators.